Welcome to Part 1, or the introduction of a 5-video series on the philosophical influence of phenomenology. Phenomenology is a study or method of philosophy that is based on objects and events per human conscious experience from a first-person point of view. It is both a philosophy and a research method. The experiences referred to in phenomenology include not only passive, but active experiences as well. An individual has his or her own conscious awareness experience through living or performing it. The ultimate purpose of this philosophy and/or research method is to describe human experiences, or phenomena, as they are lived. In phenomenological terms, to capture the lived experiences of human beings. Hence, phenomenologists seek to understand the experience and not the concepts. Phenomenologists view the person as integral with the world or environment. Thus, the world is shaped by the self, while shaping the self as well. However, at this point, phenomenologists tend to diverge in their beliefs and perspectives, and usually in adherence to a specific philosophical framework or paradigm. Phenomenology creates conditions for the objective study of topics or concepts that are usually subjective in nature. Concepts such as emotions, perceptions, and judgments. It brings feelings and experiences to life, making it possible for others to appreciate and catch a glimpse of what is otherwise unknown. It attempts to be scientific, but it does not study consciousness from psychology or neurology. It does, however, search for a systematic reflection to understand the idea of consciousness and the conscious experience. Taylor, more than 20 years ago, examined the work of several philosophers in phenomenology to seek for compatibility in perspective. To quote some of the findings, the search for the nature of a phenomenon begins with the people, in their place and time, and it leads to an explication of the aspects of a phenomenon. The nature of a phenomenon is a reflection of the nature of people as human beings, who find themselves within the context of a healthcare institution, who are living and making sense of their experiences. The epistemology of phenomenology focuses on revealing the meaning of human experience rather than argumentation or creating abstractions. The actual discovery of knowledge cannot be obtained through empiricist methodologies, and only through sharing common meaning of mutual history, culture, and language of the world. There are actually two types of meaning: cognitive or non-cognitive meaning. Cognitive meaning is focused on the designative, or conceptual, or expository dimensions of the text. In other words, cognitive meaning refers to semantic and linguistic meaning that enable social understanding possible. Non-cognitive meaning, on the other hand, refers to the evocative, expressive, transcendent, and poetic elements of meaning. It is the unity of cognitive and non-cognitive meaning that enriches our understanding of life. Phenomenologists may experience an epiphany or transformative effect with the appreciation of such unity, particularly when a phenomenological researcher experiences an intuitive grasp of what is written in text. Individuals, through engagement with the world they are interpreting, construct meanings. It is the phenomenologist's role to analyze their conscious experiences, to give meaning to the phenomenon, as well as to arrive at its essence. The phenomenological movement was founded in the early 20th century by a German philosopher named Edmund Husserl. The development and evolution of this particular movement will be discussed in the next section of this video series. Husserl believed that phenomenology could provide a foundation for all human knowledge. He used the idea of intentionality, which he called aboutness, as the important element for this very foundation. Aboutness is the belief that the consciousness is always aware of something, consciousness which he referred to as the intentional object. As a research method, there are various phenomenological forms. One is transcendental phenomenology, which studies how objects are composed in pure consciousness, setting aside questions regarding the external environment. There's naturalistic phenomenology, that studies how consciousness is involved in part of the natural world. Existential phenomenology studies human existence and the experience of choice in a given situation. Other forms include generative phenomenology, which is concerned with how meaning is found in the human experience from a historical perspective over time. Genetic phenomenology studies the meaning within one's own experience. Hermeneutical phenomenology studies how we understand the experience with things that surround us in the humanistic world, the individual, and others. Realistic phenomenology studies the format of consciousness and intentionality as it happens in the real world.